It's the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Baker Mayfield. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Bucs and the Lions under the lights on Sunday night.
Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Tampa. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They kick the running back in motion. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Mayfield to throw again. He finds the rookie from Ohio State. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Second and 13. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Baker now off the play fake. This finds Evans, complete. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
White on first and goal. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 6 yards from there. It's going to be second and goal. White. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical third down call.
And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
And when we look back at last week's win, Kate, pretty easy to see those 4 touchdowns. A lot more of an impact on the game than the 1 interception he threw. Wasn't quite perfect. I'm sure that pick will nag at him, but you'd welcome an encore of everything else he was doing in that ball game.
Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap here to Goff. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first. Off play action, Goff. He fires one deep down the middle. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Throw left side, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. Throwing again, it's Goff. Completed over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Running it with David Montgomery. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. The Buccaneers add another DB. 3rd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. This, 42 yards from the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their second drive. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Baker now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They'll start out with 3rd and maybe a couple inches at most. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. Hauled in by Godwin. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Irving here from the gun. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Ball start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a 4-yard scamper, and they get some yards back. It's 2nd and 11. This one's taken in by Otten. It looks like we can call it back 4 yards in the end. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing, Baker. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And this is the type of play they need out of him into the later months. He's currently leading the league in passing touchdowns. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Goff setting to throw. He finds Laporta. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down. Montgomery now up the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Goff. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Goff. That's completed right side. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions tie things 10-10. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And look at this return. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. Irving on the inside give. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Baker now. Got his target. It's Otten. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Mayfield will look to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. Completes this one to Otten. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Avonte Maddox up for that tackle.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Running back sent in motion. On target to Godwin. And he's able to get this down to the 13. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Buccaneers with a chance to score and take a lead into the locker room. 2nd and 3 now. Mayfield to throw again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Let's go.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Play fake. It's Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Baker throwing again. Has it in close. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
White. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers get some late points and the lead. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Lions going to go on offense here late in the half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Goff on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds him over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. Their 1st. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Goff to the air now. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Throwing again, it's Goff. Catch made over the middle. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory. Out of the shotgun, Goff. That one's tipped and intercepted. And the Buccaneers get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
We see this defensive mantra plastered all over defensive meeting rooms. Tips and overthrows, we got to have those. And that's exactly what the defense did as they rally for that interception.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Back to throw it. Caught quickly on the slant. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looking to throw. Throwing for the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. We've hit halftime here in Tampa, and the Buccaneers toting a nice lead into the locker room. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
The Bucs were treated to a fine first half by their quarterback. That's Baker Mayfield. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes. as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. He's going to field this at the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Lions are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And his start to the season has been special, hasn't it? The way he's played, it's no surprise at all that he's leading the NFL in passing. First down throw from Goff. He completes it in traffic. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Off play action, Goff. Throw left is intercepted. Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. They'll have a shorter field ahead of them now, Brock. That pick sets them up just shy of the 40. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
I really like the timing of that screen call to the perimeter. Get the ball in space to operate, and turns into a nice gain.
Baker now from the gun. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Up the middle, here goes White. And he's brought down for a loss.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside, and that time, it cost him some yards.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
3rd and long, Mayfield. Getting out to his left. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now to try the Buccaneers field goal. He was good on his first kick. Gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Lions offense returning to the field. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. On the draw, this is Gibbs. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
And no surprise here, they declined the flag because the play got a first down, so they're going to happily let it stand. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Running it after the penalty. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't...
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that, that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with the penalty.
Encroachment defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 1st down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Mayfield now from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jack Campbell at the INT. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? Man, they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme 6.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions cut it to a field goal game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. After the pick, here's Mayfield again. Short pass brought in. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. It's White on the give. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Lions will go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On first down, it's Goff. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Some movement there before the snap. Right side of the line. This is going to back them up.
Ball start. Offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. 2nd and 8. And they pick him off again! And the Buccaneers are going to have it! And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. They're going to start just inside of enemy territory following that pick. Here's the give to Irving. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Pressure coming. Baker. This one's taken in by Otten. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And they take him down right along the 30. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down, here's Baker. Completes this one to Otten. This is ahead for about 5. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Offense to the line for 2nd down. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's Buccaneers football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on for one final quarter. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Working inside the red zone. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Mayfield to throw again. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. On the give, this is Irving. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Mayfield. And they will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Mike Evans with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers make it a 10-point ball game. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And they haven't been shy about looking his way in the passing game, have they? You can see that so far this season, he's currently leading all running backs in receiving yards. Goff on 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it's 2nd down. From the gun, Goff. Finds Laporta. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Laporta with the grab. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Throwing again, it's Goff. Finds the in route complete. And he's able to get this down to the 36. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down. Gibbs now from the gun. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Won't make the play on that one. It hits the deck, incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And now they're going to face 3rd down. Goff. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. And we'll pause now. Looks like we had an injury on the play, working to identify who it was. And yeah, it's Jahmyr Gibbs who's getting looked at by the trainers. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Goff to the air now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
And he drives this forward to the 6.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home.
And in for the Detroit touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the fourth. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Cut out left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. That pass complete to Irving. And this one does not go far.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and he netted some positive yards.
And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. 1st and 10 from the 41. Baker throwing again. To the sideline it goes. He's got it beyond the marker. It looks like he stayed in as well. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. White trying this straight ahead. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back to throw it. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown! I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers make it a 10-point ball game. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense headed out now for Detroit. They threw it the whole way down the field on their last drive, and they'd welcome the same level of play on this series as well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing is gone. Trying to push it deep downfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
First down throw from Goff. That's incomplete left side.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's Goff. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Now to throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it falls incomplete.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Ball at the 33 for first down. The give now to White. And this is down across the 30 before it's stopped. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's White again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And after this play, there's a Lion out there who got the worst of it. He's in some discomfort as they head out to check on him. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Mayfield now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Goff back to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Throwing now. Into traffic, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Here's Goff. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Still sticking with the passing game. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Looking to throw it. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet at that time.
Trying to push it deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field.
Pass interference. Defense.
Offense liked how that play went. They choose to decline the penalty. A chance here to add on one more in the face of defeat. And it's up and good, and they'll get one last tally in the final act of this ball game. Sound the cannons, baby. The Buccaneers win it here in Tampa. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Buccaneers winners, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.